Hi everybody, it's Ruth here at Artful Stampin. Welcome. We're going to do some stamping. It's Friday night, stamping night. Years ago, I don't know if it still happens, but on the radio in the UK, on Radio 2, I think it was called, there always used to be a programme on called Friday Night is Music Night. And I was thinking maybe we should call Friday Night is Stamping Night. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Right, so I had some happy mail today, and I thought I would share with you what I got in the post. Basically, I had a parcel from a friend of mine and a parcel from my sister. So the parcel from my sister contained some stamps that she'd been borrowing off me. So I'm just trying to sort out my... Oh dear, I've lost it. Oh dear. Yeah, so the parcel contained stamps that she had borrowed, and one of them was this one, Perennial Birthday, which has got these really cute little florals on it. But coming to it fresh, after not seeing it for a while, I'm thinking of trying to find a way to make it a little bit more shabby, a little bit more pretty. This tends to happen when I have a stamp set in my collection for a long time, and I've used it quite a bit. I kind of look at it and go, bleh, I need to kind of jazz it up a bit, I need to do something else. So this is kind of a good opportunity, because the other thing I got in my parcel was a couple of stamp sets from a friend of mine, and she's lending them to me. So I've got Rooted in Nature here, which is a really beautiful, very woodsy themed stamp set. It's got trees, leaves, this beautiful wood circle, and various beautiful sayings. So I'm thinking of, basically that's my jumping point. These are my jumping point, and then I'll kind of see what happens from there. So I'm just going to say a quick hello to people who are watching. Hello everybody, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming on live. And if you're watching this on the replay, hello, and I hope you get to enjoy this video. Don't forget, you can always fast forward things if you in a bit of a hurry, you don't want to watch all my stamping and jabbering, please feel free to do that, or watch it on double speed, which is also a possibility, and switch the sound down. Hello Jackie, welcome. Hi Randy, hi Betty, Ruth, Wendy, Rhonda, Esther. Right, so as I was saying, one way to kind of jazz up certain stamp sets is to team them with another stamp set. So I want to talk to you a little bit about these kind of designs. I call these kind of line drawing designs, maybe line as opposed to photographic or painterly type styles. So the magnolia blooms that I've used a couple of times, I would also put in this category. Anything that you can colour in, or there's lots of spacing between things. So I like to jazz these types of stamps up by teaming them up with something that you can faux colour it in. Okay, I hope you with me. Hi Tina, lovely to see you. So I was thinking about circles. What have I got that I could use to faux colour in this stamp? And I thought of this middle out of Painted Harvest. So this is a sunflower set, and we've got this stamp here, and look how perfectly that sits in front of there. Then also the leaf from Beautiful Friendship, this one here, and look how perfect that sits in there. How great is that? And then also it's worth looking at and kind of almost looking at your stamps in a new way, going, okay, those are the line ones, those are the fillers, what can I do with them, what can I team up together? Because even if they don't match completely, you may find that they match enough. So for example, we've got in the abstract impressions, we've got this kind of like more of a block flower. We've also got these little doodaddy things here, and so they could also be used to team up together. So that's what I'm wanting to do, to show you how different stamp sets can be placed together and what can come of them. Okay, let's get started. Don't forget, if you think you're going to enjoy this, if you have friends that might enjoy this video, please share it out now and get those guys on board. Have a bit of a watch party with some friends, you know, grab a cup of tea and let's play and get creating and go from there. Right, I already do have one little idea of something I'd like to do, and it's around this stamp here, this lovely round stamp. And look at this, my friend doesn't even use these yet, bless her heart. I wonder if she'll pop in. She might pop in. So I thought it would be really lovely to stamp this lovely round stamp and stick some flowers around it. So use this as a kind of circle. It's very popular at the moment, these kind of circular designs, and it's helpful sometimes to have somewhere to put them around, if that makes sense. So I also thought this leaf from here was rather pretty and could be used in the background as well. Oh look, another one she hasn't used. Wow, I am honoured. I'm the first to be using some of these. There's also this beautiful leaf stamp, but we'll come back to that later. Right, how is everybody? Nice to see you all. What have you been up to today? Hi Reet, on holiday. Ah, okay. Enjoy your holiday. Right, so far so whoa. I was just about to say, so far so good. And then stuff falls on me. There we go. Not too bad. Oh, the other thing I've got is this one, all wired up, with which is a really lovely kind of rustic looking stamp set. So I'm looking forward to using this one as well. So we might bring that one in. Although I have to confess, I made a huge boo-boo sticking the sticker on the back. Oh, I will explain later, but I have made a boo-boo. So it might be that I just need to try and completely remove this, but we'll see if it works. It's basically a lesson in what not to do, that stamp. Right, let's get started with something neutral. Go for a little bit of Sahara sand. And I think, just so that it's not too complicated for my head at this time of night, I'm going to just stamp 4 designs on here and go from there and have these as my kind of focal points. And oh, I might actually do some stamping off. Let's do stamped off. Look, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I'm going to have to heat it up and remove it, Esther, but I also put some Tombow on there as well, so don't ask. I'll explain later. It was just a bit of a huge disaster. I thought I was being super clever, but then I wasn't. So there we go. Lesson learned. Never mind. Okay, so let's get some. I just want a few little green leaves. So we've got this beautiful little leafy stamp here, and wouldn't it be cute to have some of those about the place? Just going to stamp those around, and maybe have one there, one there. Mask off one. There we go. That's what I wanted. Hello, Kay. Did you hear me talking about you? So lovely Kay has sent me this Rooted in Nature stamp set to play with. So I think she'll be happy that I'm playing with it. Okay, so let's have a think. Let's use, should we use a lovely lipstick? Oh no, I've done that recently, haven't I? Have I not used recently? Rich raspberry I've not used for a while, but I'm not in the mood for... I'm really not in the mood for purple. I wonder if Rococo Rose might be done. Oh no, that's not Rococo Rose. Let's try Rococo with... Blushing Bride. Okay, so... Oh, a little birdie might have told her. Okay. Right, get that stuck on. So let's see if it makes any difference, stamping the lighter first or the darker first. So I'm just going to stamp that there and there, and then get the darker, and then stamp that over the top, stamp that over the top. Now I've got a feeling really what I should have done is masked off these areas rather than just stamping them down. So let's see how it looks over here. That one there, that one over the top, stamp that one there, stamp that one over the top. Okay, it was a kind of cool idea to do the stamping over the top. I'm not sure if it's working well with the circles, but never mind. We'll just keep going, no me, just keep going, see what happens. Let's grab something, another little pretty floral to get in here. Oh, there's that little daisy looking one. So let's get this in. We'll keep it simple with the pinks. So pop a flower in there and there, another one in there. Okay, that's bringing it alive a little bit more, isn't it? That's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. So then I don't know whether to do something in the background of that or if it's okay. Okay, might leave it for now. Let's start having a go with these greens. So I don't want too dark a green. Let's bring in Pizzazz. Hi Janice. Hi everybody. Okay, so here's some Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to just tuck this. Oh, this leaf feels really big now actually. Just going to tuck that down there. And maybe that one there. Tuck that one there. 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 Oh, no, I need one in another direction. Let's have a look. There. Ah, haven't you? Ah, there we go, Janice. There we go. Bit of inspiration for you tonight. I've got an idea to use it literally just virtually on its own and just do a whole page of huge polka dots. I thought that might be quite fun. Right, so now I have the line drawing stamp. So for those of you who've just joined, what I'm trying to do is revitalise a stamp set that I've had for a while. It's been in the catalogue for a little bit, and so it can get to the point where I look at it and go, meh, you know, it doesn't do anything for me anymore. However, by teaming it with other stamp sets, by bringing other stamp sets in and playing with them together, it's a great way to revitalise. So we've got all these beautiful kind of like lovely line drawings here. And the stamp set is a lovely stamp set. It's just, I've been looking at it for too long. And so I've then teamed it up with more solid images to have a go with seeing how I can revitalise it a little bit. So I'm just going to pop in these leaves and aiming them roughly over the top. I'm not too bothered if I don't get them exactly in the right spot. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop that there, sort of aiming in the corner so that I know where I'm kind of aiming for. That's better. Because I know I haven't got the stickers on the back of these. These were the older stamps that don't have the really super sticky stuff, so I haven't stuck the backs onto these. Okay, so isn't that pretty? Oh, cute. See, I'm in love with the stamp set again now. Sometimes we just have to do that, you know, for us, for people who are not demonstrators, who have just loads of stamps, and you're thinking, okay, I've got to make this work for me. Why have I got all these stamps and they're piling up and I'm not using them? You know, just looking at them in a slightly different way and having a new play with them will just help revitalise them and kind of bring them to life again. There we go. Oh, that is so cute. Yes, maybe I should lend them to you a bit more, Esther. Did I just see Renee come on? Hi, Renee. Lovely to see you. Hi, HasBoss999. Thank you very much for saying so. Is this the first time on my live? Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Just ordering my first lot of Stampin' Up. How long will I need re-inkers before I need re-inkers? It depends how much. It's like how long's a piece of string, Vanessa. It depends how much you use them. Yeah. Yeah, and yes, and depends on your climate. I re-ink once or twice a year, but I'm in the hottest part of Australia. There we go. And it does depend on use. Yeah. Right, so I do love, this is one of my favourite little stamps out of the Perennial birthday. It's this little kind of dotty stamp, and it's kind of little hexagons, which is really cute. So let's bring back in soft sea foam. I've got a feeling this is just going to help bring this all to life now. Look at that. Isn't that just adorable? Shall I bring you in a bit closer? Give you a bit of a treat. There we go. Refresh my page because I feel like I'm a bit behind. Anyway, there we go. That's a bit clearer, isn't it? Right, watch this. So dark there, then light, light, dark, light, light. There we go. Dark, dark there. Right, let's do this one. So, how cute is that? Actually, they're not hexagons, they're just little circles. I must be thinking of a different stamp set. It's the flowers that look like hexagons, that's what it is. And then if you really must add anything extra, there is this gorgeous little stamp here, which I'm thinking a little bit more Rococo. Isn't it cute? I'm so pleased how it turned out. There we go. You guys see that okay? So, got those tiny little flowers that you can add. And remember to stamp off. So you've got a lighter version. Now with tiny little, well, I say tiny, with smaller arrangements, as it were, like these, you don't have to do too much to them. So just be thoughtful as to where you're placing stamps, because you really don't need as much as some of, you know, your larger stampings. So which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer it with the darker tree trunk or the lighter one? There we go. You can see it all now. Hi, Rubber and Ink Gail Smith. Hello, so pretty. I recently discovered you, went back and watched some of your One Cheek Wonders beautiful work. Thank you so much. You like both of them, yeah. My only regret slightly is that you've got that kind of brown going through there. I'm wondering if we could fake it a little bit by going over and maybe just making these flowers a little bit darker. So how about we fake it a little bit by, if I stamp off some Sahara sand and put some there. Actually, I'm not going to stamp off, I'm just going to go for it. There we go, have that in the background. So it doesn't look like the flowers are so see-through, but I'm not sure. Not sure. Maybe get some flirty flamingo. I might be spoiling it, but you know, at least I'm spoiling it. You'll learn not to do it this way. Actually, Calypso coral might look quite nice. Hi Nydia. You're watching me on your mobile. Awesome. It's a good way to watch videos. Okay, so this is Calypso coral. I'm just going to go over that now just to make it a bit darker. I'm not sure. I think what's throwing me here is that there's two, and I would rather that there were three. But that's just me. I feel like it needs... You know what, I'm just going to do it. I don't like it. Don't like it. There we go. No, I still don't like it. Okay, that one's the Duff one. Dauber. Yes, a dauber. Use a dauber and blend on the flowers. Yes, good idea. I should have done that. But for me, I think I prefer the slightly lighter, and then either 1 or 3. And yeah, it's just a tricky size because it's all to do with balance and stuff in my head. The more I watch you, the more stamp sets I want. Oh dear, sorry. Well, no, what I'm trying to teach you, Tina, before you go and buy another stamp set, is how to look at the stamp sets you already have and play with them in a more effective way. So, so I don't know how long you've been watching, but I was saying at the beginning of the video that actually it's about looking at your stamps and going, okay, what are line drawings and what are filling in stamps, and how can I team the two up together? So that is the purpose of this tutorial today, to get the most out of your stamps. So don't go be buying more stamp sets. These are multi-directional, these. You get 35 Christmas stamp sets, Cindy. You must really like Christmas. Wowzers. I like that one. That's pretty. Okay, right. So let's stamp that up with You Are Wonderful. Thinking of You. That's quite a nice one, isn't it? I love the script on these. The font is so beautiful. Okay. So this one could go this way, or it could go this way. So because it's so busy down here, I'm going to aim my font to go in this area here, so that you end up with this kind of white space border all the way around. And yes, okay, we've got a little bit of a leaf encroaching there, but generally it's going to be okay. A butterfly would look nice. Yes, it would. Do I have a butterfly? Not out right now. Okay, just bring this down. Aim it there. Oh, Steph. That's fair enough. Well, that is just so pretty, if I say so myself. Thank you, Kay. You'll be wanting these back now, won't you? Is it Happy birthday, Cindy. Sorry, I didn't realise it was your birthday. Right, let's have a look. This one I'm not so happy with, but you know what? It'll be fine. Aim that one there. I think it needs a bit more green, actually. This one. I think that's what's missing. A little bit more green. Let's get Pear Pizzazz back in. Actually, it might be easier to stamp the line drawing first if it's on rubber, and then using your photopolymer stamps if they are your solid to fill in, because you've got a better idea of, you know, where it's at. Okay, that's my little tip for today. Right, this one's got less space to play with, so what about You Are Wonderful? Let's go with that one. I suppose I better clean up as I go. Seeing as Kay's watching me. She's like, those are my stamps, she's not cleaning. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, because you have quite a few floral stamps, don't you, Kay? Kay's saying that she's got some ideas now of what to do with them. You could team them with, you know, plenty of floral stamps that you've got. Oh, I'm going to show off your card in a minute. Kay sent me the most beautiful card. There we go. That looks lovely. Now this one, now I feel that I could have a little bit more sort of leaf trailing down here, because we've got quite a bit of space here. So we can get away with just drawing this design down a little bit more. Bring these little pinky things back in for a second. My standards are much higher than mine. Oh, thank you. Well, I suppose I can see them up close and personal, and I know that, yeah, I know what I prefer. But no, that is pretty. I'd be quite happy to receive this. Yeah. It kind of reminds you of a wedding cake. Awesome. You know what? I've said this before on here. If you guys follow my Pinterest boards, I have been pinning so many cakes recently, and I am absolutely in love with the combination of rustic and floral at the moment. So I'm sorry, but you are going to be seeing this quite a lot. I am just loving it. Actually, it's given me an idea for a one sheet wonder. I think I want to do this as a big sheet now. So let's do it. We'll keep all the same colours because these colours are really working, aren't they? They're so pretty and rustic. Right, let me just clean this off. Stamp cleaner. Let's just clean some. So ask me any questions if you want. I sort of had a vision, Deborah. For me it was rustic and floral. That was my vision, and then it was when I realized that the Sahara sand was coming out a bit darker than I thought, and then also I was dealing with a stamp that was a line drawing, so you could see through it. That was my problem. That is what I got stuck with, and that's what I kind of didn't like so much. And that's, yeah, so yeah, it wasn't necessarily that I did know where it was going. It was I didn't like where it went. But that's okay. It's okay. I mean, we've got four beautiful cards, so that's, you know, if you guys would be happy to receive them, then that'd be fine. Hi Tracy, lovely to see you. Yes, do. It's just look on Pinterest. Don't go now. Artful Stampin, Pinterest, or Ruth Trice. Yeah, do follow me and share and pin away. Okay, so let's start with a blank sheet again, and this time I don't think I can get much paler than Sahara sand, so granite is quite pale, isn't it? I think I'm just going to have to do a lot of stamping off, which is fine. Okay, hold on. Let me check some questions. I have to go. You're in love with these, Randy. I'm feeling much better, Tracy. Thank you. I've just got a little tiny bit of a cough left, but that's fine. Could you mask it off to keep line out? Yes, Deborah, I have. Yes, but then I didn't. The problem was I was using the circle as my template, as it were, to stamp around. So now I've done the design and I've got a rough idea of where I'd want to put the flowers. I could stamp the flowers, mask them off, then stamp this in the background. So that's why it's so important to play, and that's why no stamping is wasted, no playing is wasted, because it's working those things out is absolutely crucial. There's a question about celebration. Bless her, Esther's just answered it, but yeah, I'll answer it as well. So celebration happens between roughly January, February, March every year, and Stampin' Up do some fantastic deals. They do deals for customers. So if you spend £45 or $50, or I think it's something like $50 US. In Australia, it's something like $65. Can any of the Australian demos please clarify on that one? And you earn a exclusive free stamp set. So it's a stamp set that's designed specifically for celebration that's not available in the main catalogue. There's offers for you to sign up. So usually it's £99 and the equivalent in your market, and you get some extra for free. But during celebration, there's usually something extra. You either get extra product, or you might get a special, you know, you can choose a couple of extra stamp sets. It varies from year to year. Then there's also extra if you put in an order of over £200, or if you have a party that's over £200, you get an extra £20 in host rewards. So it's a great, oh, $90. Oh, hi Ellen, thank you so much. Thanks, Renee, thank you. So yeah, that's what celebration is, but we're not near celebration just yet. Another few months. Right, so the Sahara sand I felt was a little bit dark, so I'm going to stamp it off and then stamp here. And I do have this time a vision for absolutely covering the page with these almost giant polka dots. That's the look that I have got. And then I want to do some filling in of these polka dots and see what happens. So I'm just eyeballing the space, but just bearing in mind spacings between them all. I'm trying to stay in a straight line here. This is Sahara sand. I know it looks a little bit grey. It might be my lighting, sorry. I will take photos of these and put them on my blog. And I feel like I'm wasting all this ink, but I just felt that it wasn't light enough last time, so that's what I'm doing. It's the wood grain stamp from Rooted in Nature, this one here. Hi Christine. Oh, welcome. Is it the first time you've been on my live? Christine Rigel, welcome. Oh dear, I made a boo-boo there, didn't notice that. There we go. Gigantic polka dots. How fun is that? Really good fun. Hi Janice. Oh, thank you. The new paper crafters like me, dependent artists like you and Janice Thompson. Oh, thank you, Janice Hilton. Well, if you don't follow Esther as well, Stampin' Style Creations, please follow her. Then there's a few other people on here who have channels. Ellen, can you say hi as well? Ellen has a channel. Please just give yourselves a bit of a shout out, guys. Don't be shy. I don't mind if I've said you can. I know sometimes some demos don't like it, but I'm saying go for it. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to regret doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm trying to remember to twist the rows around a little bit so they're not all going in the same direction. Because the centre is this weird oval. Not weird, but it's this oval. And I'm just trying to make it look different each time. Okay, that's done. So I'm going to swap that out for... So this is the Painted Harvest centre. And if I can can grab a mat. Usually I have two mats here, don't I? It looks like an animal print. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Oh. Okay, so this is the centre. So you could use any circular kind of stamp for this. And I'm just creating, I'm just basically colouring it in, but not colouring it in, stamping it in. It's giving my arms a good workout anyway. I did find my leaf punch, Wendy, and I felt really silly afterwards. I turned around in my craft room and found a box of stamps and punches that I'd been using for my daughter's birthday party, and there were loads in there. It was ridiculous. There was my leaf punch, my butterfly punches, all my little small ones. Hi guys, sorry. Am I back? Basically, my phone turned off. Ugh. What? Which bit did I stop at? I just looked at my phone and it was dark. Yeah, so just next time, just say buffing. So basically, I ended up stamping along here like that. So that kind of made it easier for my brain. And I think I'm actually going to leave it at that because I've still got other stamps to fit in. So I've got this leafy thing going up through like that. So we'll leave that. Right, let's bring in this little flower stamp, which is quite cute. Hi, April. Okay, so let's have a think. Where are these flower stamps going to go? Let's try and keep it the same. That one there. That one there. Let's get you in a bit closer. That's better, isn't it? Hey, Bobby. Nice to see you. Hi, Linda. Oh, I'm so glad I found my punch too, Wendy. You know, I know I'm not meant to just depend on things, but losing a leaf punch is quite significant. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Right. Because we've got these lovely leaves to go in yet. So last time I stamped the light leaf first. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the dark leaf and then fill it in afterwards. So we've got the, so this is Old Olive now coming in here. And let's have a think. Let's tuck that in there. And, oh, maybe there. So tuck there and there. Some there, there. So it doesn't really matter what pattern you do, just if you're doing a one sheet wonder like this, it sometimes is helpful just to get into some sort of a system of doing it, because if you want it to be sort of overall quite cohesive, it just helps a little bit. Okay. I know it doesn't really make sense to have them up there, but anyway. Actually, I think I want some going out this way. Hi, Karen. Oh, it's still smoky. Oh, is that because of all the fires and everything? Oh, it must be awful. You guys need some rain. Do you mean smoky or foggy? What do you mean? Who says? Hi, Linda. You love these leaves, yeah. Are most of you watching demonstrators or plain crafters like me? Okay, so if you're a demonstrator, put a D. If you're a crafter, put a C. And if you're both, put a DC. Alright, so D for demonstrator, C for crafter, demonstrator, crafter. So this is the leaf from Beautiful Friendship. And if you're new to my channel, then do go and check out some of my other videos. I've been using this beautiful stamp set called Beautiful Friendship. I'll quickly show you what it looks like, this one here. And I'm finding that these leaves are just super for colouring in. Yay, Tracy's a demo now. Woohoo! Tracy, what did you get in your starter pack? What did you choose? Oh my, now I'm intimidated. Oh no, Deborah, don't you be intimidated. No, if anything, it just goes to show that demonstrators need to get inspiration and ideas. I watch loads of videos on YouTube, loads, and it's so important to keep being refreshed with ideas. So for me as a demonstrator, because I'm having to churn out so many ideas to you guys, I have to be refreshed myself. So please don't ever feel intimidated by us demonstrators. We're here to help and show you how to use the tools, and then also to point you in the direction of inspiration or give you inspiration ourselves. And we've all started somewhere. You know, we've all had to have somebody show us for the first time, and we still have to have people show us. You know, when Stampin' Up come out with new products, they show us what to do with it. So, oh my darling, please don't ever feel that way, because, you know, we love what we do and we love sharing with you. So, it's research, absolutely. Right, Rococo Rose, I want that one back. And don't ever feel that you're asking, like, you know, you can't ask a stupid question, basically. If you don't know, it's not a stupid question. You know, so, okay, let's just get some of these darling little flowers in. Oh, love these. I have to have my Ruth fix. Look at that, it's a lattice. I know, it's so interesting because I'm looking at it really quite close up. You guys are watching it on a screen, and so it's only when I then look at myself on the screen that I go, oh yeah, I can see what you guys can see now. So if you like what you see and you're a beginner crafter and you're thinking this is super useful for somebody else, please, please, please share it out. Share the love. Give me a thumbs up. It all helps me basically carry on what I do. This is a part-time job for me, so it all helps. It was quite funny that earlier this evening I was putting my daughter to bed and I was thinking, yeah, put her to bed and then I'm off to work. So my husband is, oh, he should have landed in Philadelphia about 50 minutes ago, so he'll be making his way out of the airport soon. And so my kids and I, Friday night is always pizza night in our house, so we had pizza. I ate a little bit too much. And then we were trying to think of a film that we could all watch together, and it's a bit tricky now because I have a 17-year-old, oops, and down to a 9-year-old. So we ended up watching Shrek, and my adult son was just like, my older son was like, oh no, this is like so embarrassing, you know, it's the sort of thing that you watch with your friends ironically, but you know, don't really want to watch. Anyway, I said, oh, let's just watch a bit, and then we ended up watching the whole film. And it was so cool because there were like lines that my sister and I used to like. I thought, well, I think Esther and I used to do it, but definitely me and my husband used to say. And my son was like, oh, you know the lines. I was like, oh yeah. And they were laughing at that, but you know where Shrek goes, when Donkey's talking too much, he goes, you're going the right way for a smack bottom. They thought that was hilarious. So sorry if you've not watched Shrek, I've just given you loads of spoilers, but never mind. Right, now the magic. The magic. Oh, so Tracy, you ordered the trimmer, excellent. First Frost, Delightful Day bundle. Oh, I'm glad you told me you've ordered First Frost because I bought it for you, Tracy. I will use it as a giveaway now. Some stamp blocks. Janice says it's so wonderful you're introducing new channels. It's an overwhelming YouTube, and to have you introduce us to channels that you like. Yeah, oh, you're welcome. Hi Donna. Oh, that's right. Did he take the birthday card to me? He did, and then I realised I forgot to photograph it. So I'm gonna have to. I'll wait until my friend gets it, and then I'll ask her to photograph it for me. Have you ever used your stamps with stenciling paint on a wall? No, I haven't. Pisces Queen 2. They're a little bit small. I mean, this is A4. Can you imagine doing this as wallpaper? I suppose we could. It's so easy to get buried under the more popular videos and crafters. Yeah. Shrek is a classic. I was supposed to say, you might buy it off me. What do you mean buy it? Oh, First Frost. Oh, for sure. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Tracy. Don't worry. Yeah, Esther, that's fine. I'll swap it with you for something else. I got it in the sale, so. Because afterwards I regretted not getting a few other things. So. Right. Dots. Dots, dots, dots. Don't underestimate the power of dots. Hi, Shizart. Welcome. Right, here we go. So this, I'm hoping the dots are just going to soften the edges of the wood now, because much as I like these kind of dotty circles, and yeah, someone said earlier that it looks almost like trellis, I actually want the circles to be slightly softened. So going with this, it is a very pale green, but because I'm not stamping off, it's the direct colour, it's can you see it's just softening those edges a little bit. And I'm just literally going in there willy-nilly. I'm just stamping. going for it. Not really thinking about it too much, just get it on there. And don't forget the corners. Ta-da! Oh, that is super pretty. Did I use the chicken wire? No, not used it on this one yet. I have used the chicken wire though, because I'm planning possibly next week to do a series of videos on box making. So I've been playing with measurements and things to make some boxes and one sheet rounded boxes. So I might start that on Monday. Do a week of boxes. Am I cutting this up, Ali? What do you think? What do you think? Yes, I think I will be cutting this up. But I want to, let's have a look. It is like fine china, yeah. I like putting you on the TV and watching along with you, like having you in my home teaching me. That is so cool. I mean, we could make a little box with this. Shall we make a box with this? Shall we start it off today? A planner cover. Yes, that would be really pretty, wouldn't it? You could do like... Oh, that's the other thing I'm planning. I don't know whether to start it in January, though, to do planner stamping. So let's do a box. What I'm going to do is cut it down a little bit. So I want to do one of those boxes that are kind of, you just fold it up like a pizza box, okay? So I'm going to I want to teach you a simple way of doing them. So you need to decide how deep your box is going to be to start off with. That's the important thing. At the end of the day, you've only got either an A4 or a letter size piece of card to work with. So there is a limit as to how big a box you can make, okay? So to make it simple, I am going to suggest we go for a inch high, all right? So keep it simple. So I'm going to trim my cardstock down to 8 inches here. So the measurements are nice and easy. So 8 inches there. Then I'm going to have a look at my piece of cardstock. And you know what? To make it easier for you guys in America, I'm going to cut this down to 11 because I know your cardstock doesn't go wider than longer than 11, does it? So let's cut that off. And don't panic, I'm not going to waste that. This is going to go in my scrap box because it's too pretty to throw away. Okay, so we're going to imagine we're making a box that's an inch deep. So I'm going to score at 1 inch all the way around. Okay, so 1, you've been stamping in your tiny TN. What's that? TN. Oh, Traveller's Notebook. Would it look good, this, in blues or lavender? Oh my goodness, yes it would. Yes, it would look pretty. Absolutely, it's only paper. Ugh, I've so got to do t-shirts. I've still got to do t-shirts. Okay, let's just talk maths just for a second, guys. Are you focused? Are you concentrating? So we've got the inches on both all round, so that's going to make our sides. So then you have to calculate the measurement from here to here. So it's 8 inches minus 1 inch minus another inch. So we're left with 6 inches. So in between those no, that's not 6. What am I talking about? It's 8 that way. Stop. Start again. 11 inches. So it's 11 inches that way. Minus 1, we're down to 9 inches. So 9 inches minus the 1 for the middle divided by 2, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we've got to then score so that we've got 4 inches at this point here and 4 inches at this point here. Okay, so now because I've already scored that 1 inch there, I need to score at 5 inches. So I've scored at 1 inch there, then that 1 inch needs to move up to 4, so therefore the side goes up to 5. So I'm going to score at 5 and at 6. Okay, so if you were to do this all from scratch, you would score at 1, 5, 6 and 10. And on this side you would score at 1 and then at 7. Okay. Janice is following me. Woohoo! Okay. Right, and then you put your trimmer away because we are now going to do loads of burnishing, and you can use your fingers to do this. You don't actually need a bone folder, although I do have a bone folder somewhere on my desk. I was using it earlier. Oh, it's above me. There we go. Okay, it might make a bit more sense now you can see the score marks. Okay, so your paper is 8 by 11. Score at 1, 5, 6 and 10. Turn it that way, score at 1 and 7. Does that make better sense now? Okay, so then here I'm just going to cut there and there, and then there and there, just tiny wee slithers. Turn it around, cut there and there. And then there. And take out all the little bits. That's magic. It's not really. It's just maths. Maths and art combining. Right, let's get some sticky tape. Oh, don't know where my tear tape is. I did have it. Anyway, this is some old stuff. I'm hoping this is going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick those. That's going to be my lid. So this needs to stick this way first. Actually, shall I do the lid first? Might be easier. So on here. Oh, no, it doesn't like to be torn, this stuff. there and there. There was a magician in the UK, and his kind of like catchphrase was just like that. Was it a magician or was it the comedian? Someone tell me. Someone will tell me who the right person was. Just like that. Actually, I'm not going to take the sticky bits just off just yet. I'm going to do my stickies. All right, and then I'm just going to put some sticky there and there and there and there. Tommy Cooper, that's it. I don't think I watched much Tommy Cooper. I just knew that that was a catchphrase. So talk amongst yourselves while I do this boring bit. I mean, I suppose I could do it with wet glue. It's just that wet glue, you do have to sort of hold it for a few seconds, don't you? So either you do the work afterwards by holding it, or you do the work beforehand by using sticky tape. So either way, it does take a little bit of time, but you do end up with a rather nice personalised box. So, oh, Ali, I like your thinking. Lovely box of chocolates. Oh yes, you could even do a little divider to go inside it. That would look nice, wouldn't it? So. Now this is old tape. This stuff is quite fun actually, because it quite easy to use rather not fun, because it has the tape isn't all the way to the edge of the peelable bit, so it's easier to lift off. It's not Stampin' Up, I'm afraid, sorry. It's just some old stuff I've got in my stash. Right, so it's probably easier to put all the sticky tape on, then take them all off, and then it's a bit easier to put together. Right, so then you need to decide which bit is going to be your lid and which bit isn't. So this is my lid bit, so I'm going to just stick that, make sure that it's nice and square on, stick that down, and then make sure that's nice and square on there, stick that down. Then these bits are going to come in, there we go, like that, and these bits are going to come in here. And this is going to come in like that. So the idea is that that then will sit just on top of there, like that. Ta-da! I use a block to tear the tape. I use a block to tear the tape as those faff and scissors. Oh, like a sticky thing to pull out, and yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make lots of boxes, bags, if you won't, you box to last. Say that again, Karen, what do you mean? Stamp your one sheet wonder for cards before you scan it, and then you can print it to make your box to match. Oh, Vanessa, that's an idea. Oh, tear tape's not strong enough. Okay, well this isn't tear tape, this is another company, so yeah, it is coming apart a little bit. Okay, who suggested that? Karen. Okay, so Karen suggests that actually wet glue is better. So yeah, maybe just for ease in this video. There we go. That is quite cute, and it's a lovely way to show off all your stampings, isn't it? Now what you could do is use a corner rounder here. So if you do have one, I'll just grab my one from years and years ago. You could corner round. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually fit it in, but will it go in? Ooh, no. Doesn't go. Anyway, you could use scissors, I guess. to round that edge off a little bit so it's a bit neater. So if you do want to corner edge, then do it before you stick down. Kay says she always uses wet glue, and Randy says she always uses tear tape. Well, there we go. So use whatever you find best to use. I'm not a huge box maker, so please don't take my word on it. I think it also depends how humid you are where you are. You are where you are? Depends how humid your weather is, not you, personally. Okay, then the other thing you can do is cut a little circle out there. Just make it easier to open, which I should have done earlier, but I'll do that now. Just kind of eyeball it for the middle. There we go. Little professional finish there. Not that you can see it, but there we go, there. There we go. Very cute. You've got your matching card from earlier. Well, 4 cards. Ooh! Now, if you make these cards small enough, if you just cut down the base, you can actually fit that into your box. Wet glue wouldn't hold for chocolates. That's true. I know, actually, these will be too big, but if you use the Stampin' Up! Note cards and envelopes, I'm just trying to find some. That's just the envelopes. Look, that would fit in beautifully. Just trying to see if I've got any I can stamp on quickly just to show you, but no, never mind. Right, so the Stampin' Up, that would make a lovely little gift, wouldn't it? You could stamp some, see, that would fit better, possibly, onto a slightly smaller card. You could put a little set of 5 or 6 little note cards and envelopes in there as a gift. There we go, Christmas gift ideas. There we go. Wet glue doesn't hold for chocolates. That's fair enough. Oh, that's why I love demo. So many hacks. Yes. Yep, there we go. Right, lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Gosh, that hour went so fast. That was so much fun. And such a pretty result. Really pretty result. I'm really pleased with that. So, yeah, great for a craft fair. Although I think if I was to spend an hour making a box and some cards, I'd never make a profit. So I would suggest that you use maybe pre-designed card, or rather than stamping all over, just stamp a section of it and maybe put a nice ribbon and then focus on stamping these, you know, because, you know, I'd have to be selling £20 to make any decent profit back on my time and all the effort that's gone into that. So you know, people just don't appreciate the work, do they? I think sometimes I just end up giving to people who I know is going to appreciate my work. So yeah, but yeah, no, I'd tailor this down if I was doing it for a craft fair. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying tailor it down, for goodness sake, because yeah, you'll just end up, yeah, using up a lot of your time, and you know, sadly people just don't appreciate it. A friend of mine who organises a craft fair that I sell at, she was selling some beautiful, she sells now flowers. She dabbled in stamping for a while and paper crafts, but she's gone towards the felt now. And a lady kind of came up and looked at her. She has these felt bouquets of flowers. Incidentally, if you want to follow her, she's on Instagram. She's called Fran's Crafts, and she's selling, I think, a bouquet of flowers for about £15, and there was about 5 or 6 stems of flowers in there. And this lady sort of just went, oh, I could do that, and oh, it's expensive, and so she did a bit of a rant on Facebook, going, you know, people don't realise it's handcrafted. It's, you know, it's not like, and she's trying to make a living out of it. It's not, you know, tat. It's not rubbish. It's beautiful, you know. And actually, I'll show you one of her designs. And she's been selling. She actually sells loads to the States. So she's got an Etsy shop, and look at this beautiful daffodil she made. I bought these off her for my downline, at last on stage, because I've called my downline called the Daffodil Delights. So I gave them all one of these, and look at all the work. So all is all cut out, and then she's put stamens in there, and then a brooch back, and then a piece there, and a leaf, and yeah. So Fran's Crafts, I think she's that on Instagram. Yeah, message me if you want her details. But she sells to the States, and she does bouquets and wreaths and hair clips and all sorts of gorgeous things. So there we go. Thank you, Renee. Thank you for joining. I'm doing my first Ruth One Sheet Wonder. Awesome. Do join Artful Stampin Space if you haven't already. If you go to my channel and have a look at About Me, all my links are there. Also, links to my Facebook and shop are there as well. So absolutely, Wendy. Yes, the answer is yes, but would you make it? I know. Would you be bothered? You know, and that's the thing. You know, it's have you got the time to go shopping for the different coloured felt, to get all the dyes and the, you know, spend the time cutting out the gluing, and then the actual artistry of putting it all together. There we go. So oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. I will, Kay. Thank you. More new ideas to try, Jackie. Yes. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Tina. Right. And Linda, lovely to see you. And Nydia, Deborah. Oh, you're welcome, Randy. Yes, I did the box. I did have you in mind when I did the box, because I know you love boxes. So just to tell you, I'm not going to show you, but a sneak peek is I've been thinking about how to use our standard size cardstock for creating boxes, so that we're not actually having to cut down specific sizes. I get a bit frustrated when people go, oh right, so to make this you have to have this really odd size bit of card. I want to be creating things where I'm using whole bits of cardstock. I'm cutting them either in half or in quarters or in thirds, so that we're actually using the whole piece. So I'm looking at that at the moment, trying to do the configurations and the maths for you. And I'll have a look at also using 12 by 12s, because that's, you know, quite a standard cardstock size that you can get. So this is by far one of your most beautiful creations. Oh, thank you, Nadia. That's very sweet of you. It's very pretty, I have to say. I don't know if it's my favourite, but it is very pretty. So love it when I don't feel I'm wasting paper. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just so aware that as paper crafters, we still have a responsibility to our environment and not to waste paper, because at the end of the day, paper is made from trees. So yeah, I'm just trying to be a bit more conscious, I guess. There we go. Right, see you soon, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.